going to be a nice full body reformer flow. I'm going to mix up legs, glutes, arms, core, all of that stuff. So let's get to it. So you're going to bring that footwear all the way up. Go on a low tension. You can either go on a blue or a white. White would be harder than the blue. And we're going to warm up the core. So if you can, you move the gear bar to the first position to make it nice and loose. If not, you keep it where it is, just to have that nice low tension. Bring your shoulders above your wrists. Push back so you end up being in a flat. Tuck that tailbone under. And now you're just going to exhale. Push back. And slowly come forward. So on that exhale, the shoulders come behind the wrists. You go back to the point where you feel your abs working, not your back. We're going to do 12 of these, nice and slow. Push back. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, push it back. If you start to feel anything in your back, that means you've gone too far with your range of motion. Shoulders behind the wrist, keep that bum down, belly up, use your exhale, inhale, bring it back. Nice and slow, glide it back. Bring it forward. The slower you go, the harder these movements will be. Two more, or whatever your count is, to 12. If you get tired before 12, you can stop also. Stay back on that last one. From here, curl under, but keep your shoulders behind your wrists, and then drop the pelvis down to that plank. 10 like this. Round, round, round. Puff out your back. Look towards your pubic bone, then drop back into that plank. Exhale, pull forward. Tuck your tailbone between your legs. Drop back into that plank. So you should feel your core the whole time here. You kind of don't get a break on this one. Round, 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 round. Going for 10. Try to follow my tempo here. The slow, slow, slow movement will make it nice and deep into the core. I use my exhale here and here. We need it on both. You're probably going to start feeling your arms a little bit too, holding the weight of your body in that position. Make sure you don't bring the carriage in too far. As you can see, I'm only bringing it in, like, not even halfway. There's no need to bring it in all the way. I think this is 10. And then connect the toes, lie down, just stretch out. And we can do a few of these just to open the spine. So inhale, drop the shoulders, lift up, arch your spine into an extension. And then exhale, fold down, look towards the springs. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, push it back. We'll do 2 more like that. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring it back. This will be a nice release for the core. And then 1 more. Inhale it up. Relax the shoulders when you do that extension. Lower it back down. Come back up here. So let's take the gear bar down. First step. If you can't do that on your machine, you can actually just hold on to the wood and hold on to the side. Otherwise, you can hold on to this, it elevates you a little bit. You can keep it on the one spring. You can even take all your springs off. That will make it a little bit harder. If you want more loosey-goosey, more core work, just be mindful of the lower back. So one hand up, the right hand on, the left hand down here. Come back to that little knee plank that we were in before. And same idea as what we just did, but now it's going to go more into the oblique. You're going to puff out your back, round your spine, pull it in, and then drop back, down. We'll just twist it slightly so the left oblique in this case, will get that work. 10 on each side. Round that spine. You can see when I pull in the carriage, I'm not pulling the carriage all the way in. I don't need to. Less is more here. Rounding your spine, puffing out that back, contracting your core in is going to give you that work that you want. Look towards the belly. Make sure you drop down into that full plank. Aiming for 10, but always listen to your body. If you get tired before you get to 10, you can always stop. I think that's 10. If you're not at 10, finish up your 10. And then you can switch over to the other side. You do exactly the same thing. You're just going to change hands. So the left hand in the middle, the right hand down. Drop that pelvis, push it away, and then round your spine. Puff out your back. And lower down into that knee plank. Exhale, come in for 2. Drop down, inhale. I actually use my exhale for both. Exhale here, quick inhale, exhale down. The more you can round that spine, the deeper we're going to feel it in there. 3 more here if you're following me, that's 10. If you get tired, you break before, so 3. Drop it down nice and slow. Exhale up 2. You'll probably feel your arms working here too because we did 3 planks in a row, so nice arm work. We'll go to legs next, and then rest it here. Again, you can take that nice stretch back just to reset your body. So we'll move on to legs next. You're going to go, if you can move your gear bar, bring it back to the middle. Go on a medium spring. So I'm going to use a glue for this machine, but go in that sort of middle setting. So we're going to do some inner thighs and glutes, then we're going to do some outer thighs. The movement's going to be exactly the same. So we're going to do the right foot on the inside of the carriage here, on the headrest. The further away from the foot bar you move, the more tension you're going to have. The closer to the foot bar, the less amount of tension. So you can adjust your tension that way. You don't have to touch the springs from here. We're going to do a 4 count. We're going to squat down 1, pull in 2, extend 3, lift up 4. Down, exhale in, out, stretch it up. Down, out, and lift. So when we pull in here, that's the inner thigh that has to work there. But the lower end lift of that squat is going to get this side working. So when we get to the other side, it will feel a little harder. And stretch up. Come right back up to that upright position. When you do your squat, you lean your body forward, just making sure that you don't arch your back out, keeping your core tight here. Up, we're doing 20 of these. Down, hands can go wherever you like. Down, pull, in, extend, and lift. Down, pull, in, out, stretch it up. Keep going, we're probably around 10. And up, let's say 10 from here. And in, unless you're counting and I'm wrong, go for your 20. Down, squeeze, fire those inner thighs. If you don't feel enough resistance, move that way, move away from the foot bar. That'll help give you a little bit more of that resistance on the inner thigh. Up, down, out, stretch, bend, squeeze, extend, make sure you're breathing. Down, and up, down, and lift, bend, pull, extend, stretch it up, down, and in, probably almost at 20, let's say 3, in, out, stretch, up, 2, last one, and in, out, stretch, up. We'll go to the other side, do exactly the same thing. So make sure you position yourself in the right way that you're going to feel enough of that inner thigh. Down, in, out, stretch it up. Bend, squeeze, extend, and lift. Lean forward, pull it in, extend it out, stretch back, down, and up. And lift. You can bend as low as you like into that leg as long as you're not feeling your knee joint. Whenever you want to feel that knee joint, when we go into that squat, so you can make it tiny. Try to focus in on squeezing that glute when you come back up. And up. Down, squeeze, in, and lift. Down, squeeze. 10 more from here. Bend, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Stretch up. Down and squeeze, extend, lift, up. Nice tempo there. And up. Down, squeeze, extend, and lift. Down and squeeze, push out. Last 2. Down and in and out and lift. Last 1, 2, 3, lift. Glutes, inner thighs, all working. Let's go back to the first side. We're gonna up our tension a little bit. So you would go definitely on a heavier spring. You can go on the start reformer, it would be a red and a blue, or a red and a white. So just make sure you have enough resistance. We're gonna do exactly the same exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're gonna do it the other way now. So the closer this way you stand, the more resistance you're gonna have. Closer this way will be less. So you can figure that out. If it doesn't feel heavy enough, you add more weight. If it feels too heavy, you lessen. Down, now we push out, 3 and 4. Down, press, in, stretch. 1, 2, 20 like this, and up. Down, push against that resistance, pull it in, stretch it up. Down and kick, in, and lift. Still gonna feel that nice supportive glute as you're squatting every time you go down here. Just always watch that lower back. When you go into your squats, keep going. Don't let your squats go like this. Tuck under, keep that back nice and flat. 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4. Should be almost at 10. Down, 2, 10 more from here. Down, or if you're going off my tempo, just make sure you're counting 20 or less or more. Just make sure you're even on each side. Down, kick, pull it in, stretch it up. Down, kick, in, and lift. Lean forward, balance out that weight. Down. Press, in, and lift. I think this is 20. And up. So we're getting really lots of good work in both of those legs. So it's not only the glute med, it's the glute max, the inner thigh on the other side. All of those things working. Bend, push, in, stretch, down, kick, in, and lift. 3. Use that exhale when you kick out. Down, in, straighten up. 2, push out, in, lift. 3. Stay mindful of the core, stay with the breath. And 5. Last 5 from here. Down and push, in, lift. 4. 3. You should feel this part of the glute working too, not just this. Last one. Bring it all the way up. Shake out those legs. And then let's go back to the core. So you're going to go back to your lightest tension. Be careful of your lower back. You don't have to go light, but if you feel like it's in your back at all, then you're going to go heavy. Otherwise, if you can, you move your gear bar also to go to the lightest setting. Lightest spring will be the hardest. So on the stop machine, it's a white or a blue. Foot bar can stay up here. If you want to make it harder, you can drop that foot bar down to the second or the first stage, and that will make it a little bit harder. We're going to be doing pikes. We're going to mix up the pikes. So we're going to do a side pike, center pike, side pike, center pike, going back and forth in between. I'm not going to give you a number on these. Do as many as you can. When you get tired, stop. So it looks like this. We're going to start here. I'm going to have my feet turned towards the camera here. I'm going to drop down slow. Use my oblique to lift, 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 lift all the way up. When I get up here, now I turn my feet to the center. Come all the way down, center plank. Use your core to pull back up super, super, super slow. Turn the feet the other way. Go down, full range of motion, all the way down. Don't bend the elbows, slow, slow, slow. Lift it up. Turn. Try to go as slow as I'm going here. Turn the feet. Exhale down. Quick inhale. Exhale up. Quick inhale as you turn. Exhale, full plank down. Inhale. Turn. Down. So we're getting the obliques and the core here. Whole transversus. Up. Turn. Lift. Turn. If you have wrist sensitivity and you have a long box, you could actually even use the long box for this too. Just bring it right here and go on your elbows. Down in the center. Let's do one more round. Down. If you need it to break, break whenever your body tells you you need to. Never want to go to fatigue in a plank. Wrong thing to do. We will end up working through your back, which is what we don't want to do. Turn. Down. And back up. And then let's come all the way down. You can just roll out the wrists a little bit if you're feeling sensitivity, or go like this, halfway. And then we'll work through the arms a little bit. For this one, if, again, you can bring your gear bar to the closest part to the wood, you would do that so it gives you more range of motion. And you can load up as much tension as you want here. It's for shoulders and biceps. So I would usually start off with 2 reds and a blue. You can always add the white, you can always drop down, test it out, and see how it feels. If you find, so we're going to go in this position, kind of like you're in a child's pose, but the elbows are wide like this. You're looking down at the springs, you're going to push all the way up and in. You're going to do sets of 20 like this. So we're going to do 2 sets of 20. Straighten your arms all the way out, pull it all the way back in. Wing out those shoulders. Keep going, counting your 20. If you find that you don't have enough range of motion, you can slide yourself up on the reformer. You're probably going to have to put something behind here, a pillow, a ball, something so you don't slide back, or a platform. If you have one, you can place that behind you, just so you have more range of motion. I will slide because of the tension that I have on here. So when I'm sitting back like this, my bum's gonna not go anywhere because I'm up against the shoulder rest. So do your set of 20. Take a breather in between that. So we're doing double set of 20. Once you've rested, you're going to do exactly the same thing for 20 seconds. That's going to be a little bit harder. If you need to drop your tension down for that second set, you can also do that as well. Push and in. Let's get the lats and part of the back too. You can even stop after 10 if you need to rest. And then just take a stretch up and relax those shoulders as you finish that second set of 20. And then we're going to go into the abs again. So this time, let's move the gear bar back to the middle. And let's start off with a red and a white on the stop machine. So go sort of medium tension, so not like a blue. You need heavier than that, heavier than one red. So two springs, if you can. So one full spring and a quarter or a half spring. You're going to extend your legs out. Make sure you're not sitting right at the back of your machine because we're going to go into half rolled up. So you can hold wherever you like. So you can hold on here, on the ropes, on the loops, wherever you want to hold. We're going back to half roll back. Half roll back, you're scooping off the sits bones, rolling back. This is not going to hold you. It's not supposed to. Halfway up, scoop under, halfway down. You're going nice and slow. Halfway up, halfway down. You should not feel your back here. Down slow, relax your shoulders. Resist that pull. So you're going to do 20 reps like this. Halfway down, halfway up. If your foot bar, like me here, is in the way, that's why. So keep going. Get up to your 20 reps. Halfway down, halfway up. Try to relax through the shoulders. You can always even bend your knees a little bit if you find that you feel your back at all. We want to keep that flexion of the spine. Halfway down, halfway up, moving super, super slow. So getting up to your 20. When you've done your 20, come up and take a rest. Legs can still be bent, they can be straight, however you are comfortable. We're going to cut that movement in half. We're going to do halfway down, micro crunches, down an inch, up an inch. So tiny, down an inch, up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. Exhale down, lift up. Make it super small. Make sure you're breathing. Make it nice and slow. So we don't have a lot of resistance on here. We're going against the resistance. But if you were to put all your body weight there, it's not going to hold you. 20 of these. Come all the way up. And you can just stretch forward or back just to release it. Now we're going to drop the left strap. You're going to hold just the right strap, and you're going to drop to one spring. On the start reformer, it's a red. One red should be enough, but if that's too much, you lighten it up. The kicker here is that if you lighten it up too much, it'll be more for the abs and less support for your body. If it's heavier, it's kind of a little easier on the abs, but more for the arms. So it's a little bit of a toss-up. You're gonna work both either way, but so we're gonna bend our knees. We're gonna scoop down, twist, lifting the leg is optional. So we're gonna do 10 of these each side. So hold it where your arm can be straight, bend your knees, tuck under, half roll back. Twist elbow up, maybe that leg lifts, bring it back to center, reach it up. Down. Lifting that leg will help work the lower parts of the abdominals as well. Down, but you can just do it like this. So you're gonna get your oblique, definitely your arm, and the whole part of the core. If you find that the leg lift hurts that hip flexor, just leave it out. Up, down, in, halfway up, halfway down, twist and lift, in, halfway up, down, down, twist, in, halfway up. Switching sides. Same thing on the other side, just try to mirror what you did. So if you did the leg, you can do the leg on the other side, always making sure we're not going down too low that it goes into the back. So you bring your hand down, in, and up. Scoop under, twist, in, wrong leg. 10, opposite leg. That's why that felt weird. Down, and lift. Scoop, twist, in, halfway up. Don't come all the way up. Look back over your shoulders. You get that full spinal twist. Last one. Bring it all the way up. Let's keep the legs extended. I don't want you to go back in a half roll back. I want you to stay straight spine. So as straight as you can. This is still going to take core strength here. Now you can hold big or small loops. You can change your tension if you like, make it a little easier. I want 20 bicep curls here. You can lighten it up to a half spring, a blue, or you can keep it on the red if you're okay with that. Don't roll back and forth here. Elbows up, and we pull here. Extend all the way out, and stretch. All the way out, shoulders down. Exhale as you come in. You can always rest after 10. So if you start to feel tension in your neck, then what you would do, keep going if you're still going, just come out, kind of roll it out a little bit because we can start tensing in the trap muscles, which is what we don't want to do. 20 reps is where I'm going here, but if you need to do less, if you start to get tired before, or again, you feel that neck, you can stop, continue on. And then leave the stretch, just stretch over the legs. Take a breather there. Rolling up, and then we'll go back to our legs. So we're going to keep it in the middle. On the stop machine, it's one balloon, your bar in the middle. It's going to feel light for the first exercise, but trust me, it might be light as we go on. So we're going to take the right foot, come onto your hands and knees, and you're going to put the strap on the arch of that right foot. You're going to come into a tabletop position here. So again, we're going to try to work all parts of the glute like we did in our standing leg series. You can have your hands wherever you want, just not up here. We're going to do 10 reps and 10 pulses of the first one. Again, you're going to feel like it's light for this first one, but Trust me, it won't be. Try to have the strap or the rope going in the middle of the headrests. You're going to go into the chest, out and lift. Not a lot of resistance, but when you come out, point that toe, squeeze your glute. 10 like this. If you want to add intensity, take off the opposite hand. Balance. Keep your core nice and tight. If you lifted that leg up, you'll feel a lot more core. It's instability here, so we have to allow that core to work a little bit more. When you get to 10, you can keep the leg, the arm up or down, little pulses. 2, 3, 4. Bring it in. So you should start feeling that glute out there, core and glute. Take the strap out to the side. So it's on the outside now. Move your body more over to the right. And then, again, if you want to add intensity, you take off the opposite hand. This is going to challenge your balance. It's going to challenge your core. You're going to feel your glutes, yes, but you should feel that right oblique fire as you pull that way down. So you're going to stretch it out to the side and pull it back. 10 like this. Out to the side. You keep that leg as high as you can. Use your core to start the exercise. And then squeeze that leg back. Taking off the opposite hand will fire that core a little bit more. Point that toe. Bring it back in. So yeah, you're going to feel a lot over here, but when I do this, especially when I take the hand off, I feel so much in that oblique. It's such a good core exercise. Keep it around that foot. Turn now to the right. So the rope is going to come in the middle of the two headrests. One hand down on the headrest, one hand down on the shoulder rest. Bring your leg out like this. You're going to karate kick it out for 10. Into the chest, kick it out. In, control it back in. So your body should be turned all the way to the right. 10 like this, and then we're going to do 10 little pulses. You're going to stay out, and then little lift. 2, 3, this is the killer. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it all the way in, and you should feel that. Both glutes. Take that foot off, and we will do the other side. Same thing. So you're going to reset on that left. Balance, so taking the hands off is always optional. Try if you did it on the other side, but you might notice, so we're starting off with the rope in the middle, hands on either side, leaning a little bit more to the right side, out and up, bring it in. So you might find with your balance that it's a lot harder on one side, which is normal. Try to stabilize in your core. When you get to 10, you stay up, little lifts. 1, 2, 3. Point that toe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it in. And then you move your body over to the left a little bit. So the strap can go on the outside of the shoulder rest. You can have your hands again wherever you want them, as long as they're not up on the headrest. Point your toe, keep your leg out to the side, keep it as high as you can, and go out to the side and pull back. Use the oblique to do that. If you did on the other side, this side balance-wise is not as good for me. I will try to show 1 or 2 like this. You can see how much more unstable I am. On this side, I really have to slow down my movement to do it properly. So you're going for 10 like this. It's amazing how much oblique you'll add onto that when you take the hand off. There's so much more of a challenge. When you get to 10, you bring it back in, and then we turn. So you can see when I turn this one, I'm actually turning my whole body. The strap is coming in the middle. One hand in the middle, one hand on the headrest, and I'm going to karate kick it out to the side, pull it into the chest. 10 like this. 3, 7, kick. 8, try to keep that leg up. 9, kick it out, hold it here, little lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it all the way in. And take that leg out. Beautiful. Okay, let's go back to the core. So let's do arms first, and then we'll go back to core. So bring your arms up. Again, we're going to move that gear bar, if you can, to the closest to the wood. Same arm exercise that we did before, but we're doing one arm at a time this time. So you could start off with one spring, one heavy spring. If it's too much, you drop it down. You're going to come to this position. Now, you could keep your opposite hand down and push out like this, or you take that hand off and push like this. It just becomes a little bit more core. When you do it like this, we're doing 20 on each side. Pull belly up and in. If you find that that's too much, bring the hand down. Push out. Switch arms when you get to 20, same thing, hand can be down, let that shoulder wing out, try to keep your elbow up in line with your shoulder, take the hand off if you want more of a challenge. Stay with your breath. And 20. Pull it all the way back in. Now let's go to the core. So let's bring the gear bar back to the middle. And you could put on 2 heavy springs or 1 3/4 of a heavy spring. Again, it sort of depends, but the general setting would be starting off with 2 heavy springs. And you're going to lie on your back. You're going to grab the straps. So lie on your back. If you did want it to be a little bit more core and less arm, you're going to drop the tension a little bit. So if I was at 2 springs, I would go to a red, a blue, and a white. Rather than 2, it'll just be a little bit less for the arms, because we just did the arms, but we'll go more into the abs. So lie on your back, grab either the small or the big loops, find your Pilates imprint, press your lower back down. Float your legs up to tabletop, crunch, pull the arms down, lift the tailbone up, lower the head, bring the arms up. So that little lift of the tailbone is going to give us a little bit more ab work in here. Pull down all the way. Hold for your full breath. This can also be done without the head lifting, so if you find your neck start tensing, you can always leave it out like this and just do, you're still going to get your abs this way. Keep going. I want you to stay up on the next one. If you can, bring the arms up and down without dropping. 8 like this. Little ab blast. Look towards the knees. Now stay here, lift. 2, 3, little tailbone lifts. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, lower it down, rest the legs, rest to neutral, take a few breaths. Now the next one's a little bit harder on the arms, so I'm going to go to the big straps, so you can either lessen your tension a little bit or change the straps like I am here. Go into your imprint, bring your legs up. Now you're either going to do it with your legs straight like this, or you can do it in tabletop. So it's like a toe tap if the legs are not going to straighten the whole way. You're going to come up, oops, sorry, like this. So the arms and legs mirror each other. I'm just going to switch back and forth to each variation. So you can see it works the same with the toe tap. If stretching the legs is uncomfortable. You're moving the arms, you're moving the legs at the same time. One more each side, coming up and down. Keep those elbows down. And then on the next one, if you want to make it harder, down and up. Two more. Bring it all the way down. Leave the straps. Keep your gear bar in the middle. Go up to a heavier tension. So you can go 2 reds and blue if that works for you. We're going to end off with a little bit more legs and glutes. So what I want you to do is have your feet at your hip width. Go into your imprint. Float your hips up. We're going to go out. Don't lock your knees and in. If you have a ball, squishy ball, you can use a squishy ball and bring it in between the inner thighs. Exhale when you go out. You can always also do this with your hips down on the mat. 20 like this. Keep your core nice and tight here. When you get to 20, stay in close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay in. Up. Squeeze. Up. Squeeze. Up. Squeeze those glutes, lift up and squeeze it. If you have that ball, keep it squeezed. Up and up. 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift one leg up. In and out. 10. In and out. Keep your core tight. Use those lower abs. Switch. In, out, still on the heel. hug the knees into the chest. And then come up. One spring, one heavy spring to stretch out a little bit. So we'll take it back, lunging back. Stretch it out here. You can keep the knee down, or you can lift the knee up if you want to go deeper into stretch. You can hold that for a few breaths on one side. When you need a release, you straighten out that leg, push it back. And then switch to the other side, we'll do the same thing. Knee down or up. And then straighten to release it. And if you like, you can do a nice open leg stretch. Just push away, stretch those inner thighs. Keep the hands on the bar, and that gives a nice stretch laterally down the side of the body. And then you would do the same thing on the other side. And finish off with any other stretches that your body might need or might enjoy. And we are done.